Good morning. We're going to jump in here. It is 10:45. We're going to, hopefully people are coming. It is a wonderful day. This is the day the Lord has made. If you're in Texas, it's a nice spring day. We have not yet jumped knee deep into summer before it's time. And so we're happy to be with you on today. I see you starting to come in. Will you please post so that I can see who you are and speak to you on this morning? Good morning. Good morning, my sunshine. Good to see you. And now if my joy pick jumps in here, I'm good. I know my two are right here where they need to be every Tuesday. I'm so grateful for both of you. Good morning, Miss Mayetta. Good morning, Lady Clarice. Miss May, I'm glad to have you here. All right. We're at 5. We know that number will fluctuate. I'm fine. Many of you see it after we do it live, and so that's fine. Just remember to share and share and share. If anything touches you, share, share, share. Good morning, Veronica. Good morning, Sister Jackson. Thank you for joining Be Encouraged. There's my joy. Good morning, my joy. Good morning, Miss Melba. How are you? Good. Good to see you. All right. We're going to jump right in here today. If I had to have a theme scripture for Be Encouraged, if I had one that was consistent, that I could almost add to any other scripture that I use for any given day, it would be Philippians 4:8. That whole kind of last ending of Philippians 4, it kind of speaks to where we are and where this ministry is. And so starting at verse 4 and kind of going through verse 9, I'm not going to read it all, but I will read verse 8 again. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. And I think that's really the goal of the Encouraged Ministries, is to help us to think about those things. That yes, we struggle. And right before it says, rejoice in the Lord, and always I say rejoice, and to be thankful in all things, and to pray without ceasing. And that's a great checklist for us to stay at that place where we are thinking about positive things. Positivity is required. If we're going to do and be and achieve, or even to just get through each day without the gloom and doom that is always in front of us, positivity is required. I know some of you who are on here today, we've been going back and forth with things that are going on with you. And I'm a firm believer that if we approach with positivity, if we approach whatever it is, I don't care how crazy, how bad, how hurt we may feel, but if we can look at it from a positive perspective, from a positive place, it will change the way we perceive it. And then we can respond accordingly. Sunday, I talked about how those on the Emmaus Road responded to the revelation that Jesus was alive. And that's an absolute necessary thing for us to do as well, that we have to respond to the knowledge and the understanding that Jesus is alive. But because Jesus is alive, we get to be alive. We get to be alive even on the worst of days. If we can inhale and exhale, there's hope. Say that to yourself. If I can inhale and I can exhale, there's hope. And there's hope because there is nothing that I don't believe there's anything that God brings us to, that God's grace really won't keep us. And so therefore, we have to, no matter how frustrating it is. Yesterday, I had some frustrating moments, but I had to stop and breathe and get back on track. And it's not I had a conversation over the weekend. It's not a pretend. It's not a I'm gonna be positive even when I don't feel positive. No, it's put it in perspective and find the light. Put it in perspective. Know that there's some things we cannot change immediately. There's some things we struggle with. There are going to be things that we go through, but there has to be light, or the light that shines within us is out. It's quite simple. So it's not simple in its doing, but it's simple in its understanding. If there is light within us, good morning, Reverend Fuller. If there's light within us, good morning, Gloria Walker, then that light should be shining even in the darkest of our situations, even if it's turned all the way down to nightlight status. There still should be enough light to pierce the darkness of whatever we're dealing with, whatever is escalating even in our lives. There's got to be some light. So that means that if we're going to become, if we're going to be, if we're going to achieve and to work toward the goals of being the best us we can be, and I don't mean achievement like work and goals in the workplace, because some of you on here are retired and have been retired, but every day is an opportunity to reach a goal, to have some achievement. Even if it's just that I'm going to get up today and I'm going to do this, this, and this, as opposed to staying in this place where I am zoning and I can't call what I did for the whole day. Not to say that there are some days that we need to just be still. I'm learning. There's some days we just need to be still. But if we are sidetracked, if we are sidelined by some emotional, some even spiritual struggle that we are having, then our struggle is messing with our light. And so we got to get to a place sometimes of quiet. Sometimes it's a place of doing for someone else that turns your light back on. Sometimes it's a place of being able to speak a word of encouragement, even when you're not feeling it, to someone else. There's someone on here that no matter what shape she is in, she always has a positive word for me, and it goes vice versa. But the reason that happens is because we know that positivity keeps our light on. So I'm here to encourage you today to stay positive, because positivity is required. It's not an option. Positivity is required. Does that mean negative won't happen? No. Does that mean struggle won't come? No. Does that mean that sadness won't come into your life? No. Does it mean that you will not go through some things? No. But it means that even in the midst of them, we are looking for a place or a thing or a person or a word or something, as that text says, whatever things are of those attributes, then we think on those things, because thinking on those things moves us from a place of dark to at least being able to see light. And if you ever know anything about me, the one thing we're going to always talk about is diffusing the darkness with light. If we don't diffuse the darkness with light, then we cannot be encouraged. We cannot encourage anyone else. And furthermore, we'll struggle with encouraging ourselves. So here's the drill. Every day, that time when you get in that mirror and you are doing those necessary things that have to be done for every day, speak a word of positivity to you. Start in that mirror. And when you speak that word of positivity to yourself, do not take it back. Don't put a but on it. Don't put an if on it. Don't put any conditions, any qualifiers on it. Say that word of positivity to yourself. Some people say affirmations. Some people just talk and say good things to themselves. Say something good to you. Start off that goodness of the day with you. I mean, after, of course, you've talked to God and you've told God how grateful you are to see that day and that you're grateful for who God is, then the next place of positivity must be you. It's required. Because when you know that it's required of yourself to say something positive to yourself, then anyone who comes in your pathway, no matter how mean, how nasty, how much they are a reflection of our cultural angst at this point, you will be able to say in your heart, it's okay. Because you know you've already spoken. You've already spoken life to you. You've already encouraged yourself. You've already been positive because positivity is required. And you'll be surprised. You'll be able to walk past that person and say good morning. They may never say it back, but you just deposited some positivity into their lives and they can't take it back. They can't unhear you say good morning. So go for it. Press forth today, knowing that positivity about yourself, about others, positivity in your walk with God, with expectation, knowing that there is nothing too hard for God and that your heart's desires are known by God. And if you delight yourself in the Lord, He'll give you the desires of your heart. The desires may change a little bit, but if you delight yourself in the Lord, He will give you those desires. Think on these things. Think on good things. Think on positive things because positivity is required. And be encouraged. Good to see you. Glad you were here. Please share. Please share with others. Please make sure that someone who may be going through hears this word of positivity and their need to start with themselves. And have an amazing, wonderful, positive day and be encouraged. See you soon.